30-second board is now up. Mark, a big race for a lot of guys. They are already off. Gate has dropped for Moto number 1 in the wastelands of Nanaimo. The whole shot. Oh, we've got riders down. Lots of riders down in that first corner. The leaders are away. They're safe and fine. We've got one rider who is not going to get through corner number 1. He looks like he's okay now, picking up his bike. Chuck MESLEY is the one we saw. What a bad turn of events for Chuck in the very first one. But our leaders are away, safe and sound. Look at this. Number 2 leads the pack.
That's right, Eric. Marco DUBE really coming out fast out of that hole shot. Got in tight, got the inside line, and worked some magic getting out in front. Really tough the way. A lot of competitors really stacking up, and MESLEY took the worst of it, it looks like.
There he is, number 2, Marco DUBE, who raced 2 races yesterday in preparation for this one. He wanted more track time, and he certainly got it yesterday, and maybe it paid off.
He certainly did. When I was watching him yesterday in those 2 races, he didn't look like he was actually pressing too hard, trying to get a little feel for the track, see what it was all about, maybe trying to find his line.
Well, they got the whole shot, and he is away beautifully, too. Marco DUBE. We mentioned the riders need a big weekend, but it's going to be only one rider if he wins all 4 motos who will gain a great advantage.
That's exactly right, Eric. With the second, third, and fourth riders about 100 points away from Sebastian Waugh, one of those riders needs to step up and win every single moto to get himself back into contention.
There is Marco DUBE, number 2, our leader, as he's heading towards the finish line to complete lap number 1 of this very first moto. By the way, our rider Chuck MESLEY is off the track and he is okay under his own power. Second place will go to number 74, followed by number 5. Ryan GAULD has got a really nice start. Spent most of the week recuperating from last weekend.
Yeah, Eric, he hurt his ankle in the first 250 last week. Number 74 is Sean Galbraith. He's riding the Suzuki and he's out of Abbotsford, BC. Good start for Sean.
Maybe an advantage. He's raced this track before. 1 lap now completed. And we saw a shot of number 1, Blair Morgan, last year's champion. And you know what? He is not even figuring in the top 10 right now.
Ted, oh, nice little bump from Blair Morgan there. Nice little defense, some aggressive riding by Blair. You know you're going to see that from him today.
You better. He's got lots of ground to catch up. He's still not in the top 10, Mark. And he's got to be able to get up there.
Blair's a battler, though. You know, the last week when he was riding in Lethbridge, Alberta, he made up in one race almost 10 spots from 10th into 2nd place, so you know he's capable.
Tips we're watching right now, number 1, Blair Morgan. Large anticipation for this weekend and just had an awful start. Not the kind of start that he wanted. He is now chasing number 5, Ryan GAULD. Is going to be his next victim. Is Ryan going to let him through? Well, he's got a ways to catch him still. Still our leaders, number 2, Marco DUBE. Number 74, the local favorite around here, Sean Galbraith, putting on an excellent race.
Good shot of Sean Galbraith coming out of the trees.
Our second place competitor, number 74, is Sean Galbraith. Here from the West Coast, now being chased down by number 8, Brent DeVeries. And that is for 2nd place. That's for 2nd place. Here he goes. Brent goes outside. He chases him down. He passes him on the jump. Is he going to be able to hold on to it? Oh, yeah. He just outbrakes him and turns into the turn. Just waited just a little bit longer than Sean did. Hit the brakes. Braking on this course is extremely important.
It's very important.
Here's more.
You watched, Eric. He took the outside line, and that means to me that he had a lot more speed coming into that jump. And I tell you what, a lot of times on this, when you're looking at it coming into those corners, it's either braking or speed that's going to pull you through.
We ride now with number 1, Blair Morgan. What a job he has done in this moto number 1 here at the Wastelands in Nanaimo. He is now sitting in 4th position, chasing down number 74. Number 74, our local boy, Sean Galbraith, on a Suzuki. We are back with our leader. There is number 2, Marco DUBE. Grabbed the whole shot and still leads this race. Nice, a couple of smooth ride for Marco so far. Looks like the conditioning he's been doing is really starting to pay off. He looks to score points in this very first moto this weekend.
I'll tell you what, Eric, if I was Sean Galbraith, I'd be looking behind me because Blair Morgan is really putting on a tear here. Look at him go.
Beautiful ride. Look at that aggressive riding. Number 1, Blair Morgan, chasing down number 74 for 4th position. I'll tell you something, the top 5 riders, if you eliminate our leader, Marco DUBE, the next 4 positions are close enough almost to pass at any given time. We're going to start watching that race now. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Very, very close. And Blair Morgan, chasing them down, is just flying around this track. And ahead of him, he sees number 74. He sees his mark. Sean Galbraith could be the next victim for Blair Morgan. Blair Morgan on the move. This is going to be for 4th position.
He's got him. He just took him. Look at that.
Beautiful move and aggressive driving by number 1, Blair Morgan. He's got 4th spot now.
Tell you what, Blair Morgan, he just took Ryan Gould back up in the wood section. He's now in 3rd spot. Brett DeVries is better watch out because Blair Morgan is on a tear. That kid is just wild today. He is really driving hard.
Blair Morgan, number 1, chasing down for 2nd position overall. There he is, number 8, Brett DeVries.
Eric, Blair Morgan just passed Brett DeVries coming through that straightaway. Very impressive ride. He just will not let up.
Back with our leader. There he is, number 2, Marco DUBE. He's come around the finish line. He will get the signal. It will be the white flag that's shown, indicating Marco DUBE, number 2, has only 1 lap remaining now. Where's Blair Morgan? Can he make an impact? Oh my goodness, I tell you, Marco's got to have to make a huge mistake, and I just don't think that's going to happen. Blair Morgan comes through. He grabs it. Large difference now. No, I don't think Blair Morgan's going to be able to make an impression, but what a ride for number 1, Blair Morgan. This has been a fantastic moto for him.
It certainly has. It's really got to do a lot for his confidence, knowing that he did not get a good start. He was bobbled up in that big bunch coming into the first turn, but he's made his way up. He's gone up about 8 spots here, and he's going to be probably working his way into 2nd spot. And 22 valuable points there.
Checkered flag is out, waiting for Marco. Here he comes, up and over the double jumps. Turns right, the checkered flag for number 2, Marco DUBE. A beautiful ride for him.
Yeah, he really has to be happy with that. I think it's technically...
Blair Morgan grabs 2nd spot. That is so well-deserved. A brilliant ride for Blair Morgan. Well, with the exciting Moto number 1 wrapping up here, we'll take a short break and be back with more on the Snapple National Motocross Championship. Welcome back to the Snapple National Motocross Championships. Let's now take a look at the results from our first 125 moto. Mark?
Well, it's kind of interesting not to see Jean-Sébastien Waugh up in the top 5, but a really strong race for Marco DUBE. And once again, Blair Morgan, I can't believe how aggressive he was riding. How about in 5th spot, Sean Galbraith, number 74. Good ride for him.
He's going to have a very nice time tonight already. He's got a victory with a beautiful, beautiful finish for him, close to home. Well, as we take our warm-up laps right now for Moto number 2 in the first of the 250s, we watch number 9, Alex Langevin. Let's learn more about Alex in this profile.
Alex, give us an idea how your season's going so far.
Actually, it's been pretty good. I started kind of slowly, like in Barrie. We had some problem a little bit, just finding the right setup on the bike. And now, like in Moncton, I did pretty good. We had some better starts, and things are going pretty good. Actually, last week, like in Lethbridge, the track was kind of rough, but I managed my way through, and I got like a 5th and a 7th overall. It was not bad.
Yeah, we noticed last week in Lethbridge that you were riding the 400 very strongly, like, and one of the only riders that is riding the 400 on the tracks.
Yeah, actually, the 400 ride is super duper. You know, it's kind of an easy bike to ride. The only problem that I got with the bike is probably to get good starts. We're still trying to find a way how to get the motor done like properly, or the gearing set up to bounce better out of the gate. But then once it's on the track, it's super.
Now you started riding pro when you were 16 years old, and what I'm interested in finding out is what does a young rider like that have to do to get himself into the top 10 or the upper echelon of the riders that are out there?
Actually, you got to tell the other riders that you're there. So that's the main thing. You know, sometimes it's kind of tough, like to make your way through those guys guys have been there for a couple of years, like, but you gotta like go very strong. That's what I think I did. Like for first time when I was there. Back then there was Vaillancourt, Peterson, all those guys. So we had to tell them that we were coming.
What do you think of some of the younger riders out on the track today? Somebody like Darcy Lang or Chuck Mesley?
Actually, these guys are going to go pretty fast here because I think this is Darcy's track. Chuck is like one of a wide open guy. He can go pretty fast, and that's why he's doing quite good, you know, this season.
Look out. Engines rev. Gate drops. Riders scream towards corner number 1. Who's going to get the whole shot?
Eric, it's Marty BURR that's got the whole shot, followed very closely by Ryan Gauld. It looks like LANGEVIN.
411 down in the first corner. He's up and moving again. What a beautiful start. The riders scream up that hill, jumps. And a sharp right-hander. It is number 4, Marty BURR, the whole shot. And look at this, already number 5, Ryan Gauld is challenging him.
Yeah, really strong race right out of the top for Ryan Gauld.
Ryan rides on the outside, he goes very wide. Marty BURR tucks on the inside. Number 4, he's in first place. Here goes Ryan Gauld, screams past him. Is it going to be complete? Over the jump, beautiful pass by number 5, Ryan Gauld. We talk about guys on fire. He's got to feel it today.
Yeah, really exciting. Very nice acceleration through that turn, and now he's got the lead, followed right there closely by number 3, or sorry, in third place, number 2, Marco DUBE.
DUBE picking off where he left off, but he is back a little bit further. But look at him, Blair Morgan, number 1, is chasing him down. 1, 2, 3, 4. There they are, right there. Our leader, number 5, Ryan Gauld. Number 4, Marty BURR, followed by Ryan Gauld. Jumps up and over. Marty BURR follows. Marco DUBE tucks on the inside. Did he get him? Yeah, I think he did that time. No, not this time. He still continues to chase down number 4, Marty BURR. Ooh, Marco DUBE goes very wide. Where's Blair Morgan? He was in 4th spot. The number 1 bike. He can't be too far behind. Now the track begins to dry. Look at the dust being kicked up by our competitors. Oh, rider is down. Could that be Marco DUBE? Marco DUBE is down. My goodness. And he is passed by a number of riders. He has got his work cut out for him now. Frantic action on the first lap of this 250cc class. Blair Morgan, nice start for Blair. He's exactly where he wants to be without all that work to try and catch the rest of the field. Number 5, Ryan Gauld. Strong start for Ryan.
Yeah, 1997, known as the hole shot artist. He got out in second place there. Really strong start for him, and he's holding the lead quite well right now.
There's our leader, number 5, Ryan Gauld. Beautiful for him. Blair Morgan, number 1, not far behind. My goodness, he started to chase him down already. And those two are beginning to separate themselves from the rest of the pack very, very quickly. Can Ryan hold Blair Morgan up? Blair Morgan is just a tiger this weekend. That first moto was absolutely incredible. We stayed with our chasing in the lead. Blair Morgan, second spot. Chasing him down. Is he going to take his time? He's got a long way to go. This moto has just been started. They only complete 2 laps.
Well, this is a very interesting spot for Blair Morgan, because normally, or what we've seen from him in the past seasons, he had to work his way through the pack to get to second or first spot. Look at this whoop section here, Eric. Very impressive the way that Blair Morgan just picked up at least half a second on Ryan Gauld, who's in first spot. Very nice.
Right now they head uphill. Look at this. Very, very close. We stay with that battle for first position. It is number 5, Ryan Gauld. There's the battle a little bit further back. Number 4, that is for third position. And as he got a Marco DUBE, he's seriously fallen back, but he has now moved himself up to, it looks like, 5th position.
Eric, this is a great battle for first place. Ryan Gauld, one of the younger riders in Tour, but gaining some experience. I tell you what, look at this. He's riding really well. Great defense. Beautiful shot here as they come through the forest and down the hill. Very close, nose to tail. First place is where the battle is. Here's the battle for second, 4th. Number 4, number 6. Yeah, we got a nice battle for third spot between Marty BURR and Bill Wallen. Here he goes, Ryan. Blair Morgan has passed him. We blinked for a second, and Blair got him as they come down that long hill. Double jumps. Now it's up to number 5, Ryan Gauld, to hold on to Blair Morgan. Marco DUBE has passed Bill Wallen, and that is for 4th position. Now he's beginning to hunt down number 4. Marty BURR. If you notice, Eric, number 8, Brett DeVries, is closing in on 5th spot. He's got his eye on Wallen.
Bill Walton was just absolutely no match for Marco DUBE, who seems to have chomping at the bit this weekend. There's number 4, Marty BURR, currently in 3rd position, being chased down by number 2, Marco DUBE. Well, if you got to pick 2 riders that are just seem to be on fire this weekend, it is going to be Marco DUBE and Blair Morgan.
Yeah, and Eric, a very good example of how one of the top riders who can have a bobble or maybe go down, but get himself back in the race very quickly, even if he's missed a few spots.
Here he goes. Marco DUBE tries to the inside of number 4, Marty BURR. That's the battle for 3rd position. DUBE is very close, very close. Look at him sideways a little bit, up over the double jumps. He looks side by side. No, he's not going to. Looks on the outside. Now he looks on the inside of Marty BURR. Oh, Marty BURR's got him all over.
See how Marty was able to accelerate first coming out of that turn, and that's the way he was able to defend his position and keep Marco behind him.
Watch under braking. That's where much of the passing is happening on this track, a very high-speed track. Marco gets a nice line out of there. Not going to be quick enough. Marty BURR is on the gas. Left-hander. Now Marco grabs it. Beautiful. Right on the inside. Tucks it a little bit shorter. Again, under braking is where that happened. But battling back is number 4, Marty BURR. Is he going to let him get away? Marco DUBE looks very smooth through those corners. Now has battled himself back, and he sits in 3rd position. Now, number 6, Bill Wallen passes Marty BURR. What could Marty's problem be?
I don't know. That's a really tight battle in there. All 3 of those riders are really hustling in tight in those corners through the whoops.
Here's our leader right now. Number 1, Blair Morgan. Looks like he's beginning to stretch that out a little bit.
Very familiar territory for Blair Morgan if you think about last year and how he dominated the series. You know, interesting, we're coming back and we had mentioned that Brett DeVries is going to be one of the strong competitors in this Western Series, and he really has in the last few series in Lethbridge and today. And quick to note, when we watch Marty BURR and Brett DeVries ride, one of them, Marty BURR, is on the 250, the 2-stroke, and Brett DeVries is on the 4-stroke right there. Look at them battle it out through the straightaway. Look at that, the 4-stroke just took him in the straightaway. Maybe a little more even power, some quickness there.
Well, he talked about setting this bike up and getting it ready for these various courses, and it looks like they've done a dandy job for this race here in British Columbia. Marco DUBE's definitely beginning to make an impression on number 5, Ryan GAULD, for 2nd position. He'll be winding down the first moto in the 250 class. Number 5, Ryan GAULD. What a ride he's had. He's in 2nd position currently.
But Eric, I tell you what, he better keep his eyes open. Marco DUBE is right on his heels. He's really closed that gap nicely.
Absolutely. Marco DUBE, watch him. He's the rider right behind number 5. That is for 2nd position. Marco needs those points badly.
I'll tell you what, Eric, the Machine Racing team with 2 riders in the top 4 right now, Bill Wallen on the Honda and Ryan GAULD on the Yamaha, has got to be happy right now, except for the fact that Chris Pomeroy, one of their stronger riders, is a DNF, is out of the race. Eric, we're back with that great battle for 2nd spot. Ryan GAULD, number 5 in 2nd spot, followed closely by Marco DUBE. He just got him on that corner. Fantastic. They're riding neck and neck.
Marco DUBE makes contact with number 5, Ryan GAULD, is for 2nd position overall. Ryan holds him off. Beautiful driving by Ryan GAULD. They actually hit in that corner. Marco tries to tuck inside. He can't have enough space. Ryan just shut the door on him. Marco makes another move. It is on the inside. He goes right. He goes very wide. Ryan GAULD tucks on the inside. Again on the inside. It is 2. Marco DUBE, number 2, for 2nd position. Checkered flag is ready. We're waiting for our leader to come through. Here he is, number 1, Blair Morgan. Another beautiful ride for Blair. He takes that left-hander up. He'll do the double jump. Beautiful, over and up. Makes the right-hander and grabs the checkered flag. Our winner in the 250cc Moto number 1 is number 1, Blair Morgan. A beautiful ride.
The 5-second board, here we go.
Gate drops. Riders scream towards it. Blair Morgan had an awful start. Hole shot. Oh, riders down. No, they all get bogged up. I didn't even see who got the hole shot, but I'll tell you something. Blair Morgan had an awful start. He was way back in the pack on the side. It is going to be number 74 that grabs the lead. Sean Galbraith is back.
Boy, that's a great start. Both 125s for Sean. He got the whole shot there. That was an impressive combobulation of bikes around that first corner. Blair Morgan goes down. He's in last place as of right now.
It was incredible how anybody got through there. Blair Morgan tried very, very close on the inside and could not pull it off. He just got cut off by absolutely everybody. So our leader is number 74. He figured into the first 125 moto very, very well. A local boy, Sean Galbraith, on a Suzuki from Abbotsford, BC. Good for him. Nice start. They all come down that beautiful area of the track through the forest and a steep, steep downhill. All bunched together as they negotiate the first lap of this 125 moto. Nice lead already by number 75, Sean Galbraith.
Eric, this is a much different start to this race. In the previous two races, we saw the lead really go out in the beginning, but now all these riders are really bunched up.
Look at that, Marco DUBE. Bill Wallen is in the fray there. I think there's Brett DeVries is in there as well. The entire bunch of them are all bunched together, but you know what? They're fairly well back now. An awful start for many of these riders, but certainly not for this gentleman, number 74, Sean Galbraith. A beautiful start. There goes the battle a little bit further back. 119 make that. Will be in second spot.
That's Lance Ricard. Lance has got to be happy with that start.
Number 8 sits in third spot. That is Brett DeVries, followed by number 562. And that is Lane Olansky. Nice start for Lane, too. There is a rider down. Looks like it could be number 40, 41. Some of the more familiar names we're used to seeing are not in the top 5. Well, with the exception, of course, of number 8, Brett DeVries. One of the more experienced riders. He is within striking range of the top places. Very, very close. Leaders now coming. It is going to be number 8, I believe, Brett DeVries, who grabs the lead from number 74, Sean Galbraith. Brett DeVries, the experience is shown on that one, and the conditioning.
It sure did. He's really coming on strong in these later races. This is only his second National Series race, and he's been in the top 5 in both races today, and he's the one rider who we can look to really forge ahead and build up a nice big lead.
No sign yet of Blair Morgan. No sign of number 2, Marco DUBE. They're a little bit further back after an awful start. We look back a little bit, and I guess we're talking about 7th position. That's where Marco DUBE is right now, trying to wind his way through the pack. I'm sure that he will make his presence known before this moto is over. Still, it is number 8, our leader. That's Brett DeVries. Okay, number 74, followed by number 230. There is the battle for second position. 74, Sean Galbraith, now being chased down by number 230, Jay Whipple. Mr. Whipple is now pressuring him both from the west coast. 74, Sean Galbraith holds on. The slimmest of margins now. He tucks inside. No. Whipple has not got enough to get around him.
Eric, that was a really good example of how accelerating out of a corner will get you that lead or keep you that lead. Now look at them up in that back straightaway.
Side by side they go. It is going to be Whipple that tears through. Now can he hold him through the corner? No, he can't. Galbraith has got him back. No. Whipple has got him back here now.
Great
seesaw battle.
Just going to show you how taking the right line will get you out of a corner quicker. Whipple on that last corner took the outside, slowed him down, but he was able to take the inside in the next corner, and he's got Galbraith there, and now he's in second spot.
Many of the riders that we expected to be right up front are way, way back. Yet some of the new and up-and-comers are right up there in front holding their own.
That's right. Well, we came back and we noticed that we had a battle between DUBE and Ryan Gauld, but that battle was for 7th spot. Very interesting to see, although it's a really impressive battle. Look at Gauld flying high, took that nice inside line, and he's able to block DUBE off.
It is overall for 7th position. Look at Ryan go. What a beautiful ride he's got going. And Marco DUBE, you're right. We expect to see this the battle for first or maybe second position. But all these riders had just an awful start. And the guys that had the great start are holding their own out in front. A great job. The battle now between number 5, Ryan Gauld, and number 4, Marty BURR. Battle for 7th overall. It is going to be Marty BURR now. He's beginning to move. Look at Marty. Marty has found something that he likes. Maybe it's the proper line around this track, because he's just blown by number 5, Ryan GAULD. It's not easy to do. There's our leader right now. Number 8, Brett DeVries on his Yamaha. Brett really has not been pressured since he made the pass for first place. Marty BURR now chasing him down. This is for 6th position. 6th position, Marty is watching him. Oh yeah, he goes.
There it was. There was the example of acceleration on the turn. Even though he took the wide line and went high in the berm, he was still able to accelerate past Sean Galbraith. And I tell you what, maybe that's the experience right there paying off.
Number 5, that's Ryan GAULD, sits in 8th spot. Followed by number 83, that's Darcy Lang.
Eric Darcy Lang just passed Ryan GAULD coming out of the woods section and back into the valley with the triple jumps. Nice pass for Darcy.
Nice ride for Darcy. Let's take this moment out and find out a little bit more about the rider, Darcy Lang.
Rider profile, the making of a national champion.
Hey Darcy, this is your first year riding in the Pro Series. Last year you were an amateur in the intermediate group. Can you tell us the difference between what it's like to ride in those two groups and the fact that you're only 15 years old?
Well, when I was an amateur, I wasn't getting as many sponsors and stuff. Like this year, I got a lot of help from Richmond Motorsports. They hooked me up with a few sponsors. The Pro Circuit is a lot tougher now because I'm up with big names. They're very intimidating. I find it's better off for me learning a lot of new stuff, like watching Blair Morgan, John Sebastian Waugh, Marco DUBE, those guys. Like, you watch all the stuff they do in corners and stuff, and you make up a lot of time when you go out and you practice it and you don't do it right, and then keep going out and trying it till you get it right.
Now, the word around the track is that you're one of the faster guys out there, but you might need to work on your technique a little bit. Is that something that you've noticed?
Yeah, I need to learn. I need to like practice keeping sturdy, not making stupid mistakes, keep the same pace for the whole race, and not let those guys intimidate you.
Our leader goes through downhill, through the forest for the final time, followed by number 230. Look at the distance. No, you know, there's not going to be a battle here for first place. Not the way it looks right now. Brett DeVries. His Yamaha brings it around towards the finish line. This has been one great weekend for Brett. Gotta be pleased. And now grabs the first win for his team in 1998. Rounds the corner. Smooth up over the jump. Heads for the finish line. There's our winner in the final 125. Look at the cheer. What a great run for Brett DeVries. Masterful job and a great win.
Yeah, he really has to be happy with that ride. Very impressive. Even right out from the gate, he was in the top 5, made his way up to the front, and held the lead for almost the whole race. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of Brett DeVries from here on in the rest of the season.
Well, that's got to be a huge confidence boost for Brett. Really drove a great race. There he is, number 2, Marco DUBE, who is 3rd in points overall, or was going into this race at least. Had a disappointing race and makes his way back to the pit area to get ready for Moto number 4 of the day. And we'll be back with that in just moments on the Snapple National Motocross Championships. Welcome back to the Snapple National Motocross Championships. I'm Eric Hollow along with co-host Mark Travers. A look at the results from the second 125 Moto of the day. Brett DeVries, what a day he's having, Mark.
You better believe he's having a great day. He's got to be happy with the way he's riding. He had a 3rd and a 4th in the first 2 motos today. Now he takes the win on the second 125. Really happy with that finish. But how about 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place? Whipple, Lansky, and Huskett, some Westerners, really liking this track, really tearing it up. And Marty BURR in 5th. Great ride for him.
As we watch the riders take their warm-up laps, we watch number 44, Chuck MESLEY. Let's learn more about Chuck and this rider profile.
Okay, Chuck, this is your 2nd year riding in the Pro Series. Last year you had a crash in the first race, so you missed the majority of the first year. But getting those couple races in had to help in terms of knowing what it was going to be like to ride with those big riders.
Yeah, the last 2 races there that I raced in, I just had to realize how fast everyone was going and build up that speed, like through the winter, like go down to Florida or whatever. just work with that a lot. But everyone's going pretty fast. It's hard to get up to that speed that quick.
For a young rider like yourself, what's the learning process? Is there something that you do, methodically when you're out there practicing and racing?
Yeah, just watch like some of the top riders, like Chris Pomeroy and all them. Watch them go into corners and stuff like that, and see how fast they're going through them, and just try to learn from them. Just watch how fast they're going and try to get to that speed.
Is there somebody who's specifically helping you?
John Nelson at the machine. He helps me out a lot. He keeps me motivated and everything, and I like that. That's good for me.
They are set. They are ready. Engines revving high. Seconds. Gate drops. Riders scream towards corner one. Who's going to grab the whole shot? It looks like Blair Morgan is going to be pushed out ever so slightly. A large amount of riders go into that corner and go extremely wide. Looked like Blair was going to get the whole shot, but I think he got pushed out, Mark.
Yeah, very impressive start, but I think right now, Justin Huska, oh, there we got Morgan coming up really tight. He's in third spot right now.
And he battles for that second spot, as a matter of fact. Looks like number 230. 230 grabs it. Whipple has got that lead. Did extremely well last time. Second place in the first moto, followed by Blair Morgan, who's also in there. Justin Huska. Looks like Blair has got the second spot as he grabbed it. Yeah, he's safe there. Look at those riders. Very close, all the way down to about 10th, even past that. Battling for the lead already, it's Blair Morgan. Inside he goes and disperses with number 230, Jay Whipple. Blair Morgan is now flying. He was just screaming off that start. What a great start he had. Really, really fast into corner one. Blair Morgan, here he goes. Now Justin Huska moves on him. Number 13 tries on the inside. They accelerate up the hill. Blair Morgan will have none of that at this stage. Right-hander goes in. He's safe and sound, still in first place. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is all very, very close.
Eric, we have a rider down. It's number 9, Alex Langevin. Looks like he took a tumble. He's holding his head. We're not sure what's wrong with him right now.
Look at that. Number 4, Marty BURR is in the top 4. So is number 2, Marco DUBE. Marco is not far behind. We watch Chris Pomeroy. He's the first bike on the screen. Then it's Marty BURR. Justin Huska now. Marco DUBE makes a move on Huska. Is he got him on the outside? Huska holds his line. Marco DUBE, they both accelerate up. Huska's going to hold the line now. It's a right-hander. We follow now Chris Pomeroy, who is finally maybe into this race. He's had an awful weekend with terrible finishes. Look at this. BURR tries on the outside. He's not going to do it there. I tell you, Blair Morgan is not going to be the easiest rider to pass on this course. He is going to hold on just as long as he can. Marty's following very close behind. Then it's number 13, Justin Huska. There he goes. Marty BURR does it. It was just a moment that Blair Morgan lapsed and Marty BURR just scooted by him. I'm not sure that Blair Morgan knew how close he was. Blair Morgan takes it back. Tucks on the inside. Handlebar to handlebar. Crosses the finish line, and then it's Marco DUBE who's in third spot. 1, 2, 3. You can throw a blanket over these riders. They are so close, Mark.
Oh, that was a very impressive stretch. And how about Marty BURR? He took the lead, he lost the lead, and now he's battling back in the second. He's got some defense right there. Marco DUBE takes him on the inside, but he's still got enough to maintain second.
Marco sets him up. Could it be the next corner? Marco has been brilliant today at that. He'll go wide on one corner, give up a little space just to set him up himself for the next corner coming up. There he goes. He makes a move on Marty as he got him. They are side by side. No, Marty's going to control the corner. No, there goes Marco. Side by side they go. Marty still controls. Marco's got to go wide on this one. Here we go. We watch them. No, Blair Morgan, you're right. Mark has not gotten too far away. These guys are screaming. This is a very fast track, and they're riding. There he goes. Marco DUBE scoots by him just as quick as that. He was following. He didn't even look like he was in a real position to pass, but scooted by. Obviously been planning that for a while. There's number 8, Brett DeVries. Speaking of having a great weekend, a nice ride. Now, let's go back to Marco DUBE. He's chasing down Blair Morgan. Look how close they are. They cross the finish line one more time. Into the whoop section. Here it is. This is a very tough section of the course. Blair Morgan, okay. Marco DUBE, a little bit different strategy as he goes through. Looks like he might have gained ever so slightly. No, doesn't tell by this time. Blair Morgan turns. It's the big uphill. Marco DUBE chasing him down. They pass one of the slower bikes on the way. Marco DUBE is in the hunt now. This is the race we've been waiting for all weekend long. Both competitors have shown they are very fast on this track in Nanaimo. DUBE makes a move. He powers past Blair Morgan. Blair Morgan attacks. Has he got enough room? No. DUBE is going to control that corner. It's the right-hander. Blair Morgan now coming back. DUBE now the new leader. Blair Morgan tries on the inside. DUBE better line through that corner for sure. This battle here looks like number 8 is overtaken. That is back to DEVERIES. He now slots himself into 4th position. He just passed Marty BURR.
Marco DUBE was quite a distance behind Blair Morgan when he was in 2nd spot. He made up that distance, and here we go. Morgan's putting it in. He puts the block. No, he didn't make it.
Nah, Morgan just had a bad line through there. Marco just held his line. At least they didn't hit bikes. Blair Morgan could have smacked into him, but he was not going to have any part of that. Pomeroy, number 3, continues to motor on. Slate him into 11th spot now. He gains 1 back. Less than half the track remains between our leader, number 2, Marco DUBE, and the checkered flag for the 2nd time today and the 3rd time this year for Marco. Here he comes. Final corner turns up, over. He'll do the double jump. Beautiful. Blair Morgan nowhere in sight. Marco DUBE crosses. He's a winner. He's liking that one. Blair Morgan, it was a good ride for Blair, but you know what? He could not catch Marco on this day.